Hey everyone, it's Ivan at KipBadger.com, here to bring you the last and final part 5 of the SHOT Show 2018 rundown. While cruising around, checked out a lot of different firearms, one of which was the new Glock, which it's a Glock. Basically, it's the 17 sized frame married with the Glock 19 slide, little compact, which is kind of weird because I feel a lot of people kind of go in the other direction where they'll want a longer slide with a smaller frame, but it is what it is. Also checked out the FNH, Fabrique Nationale and Herstal booth. Lots of really cool stuff there. I really always like checking out kind of their different weapon systems, whether it's their different styles of scars or some of their machine guns. They have a lot of cool stuff going on. Company I got to check out that I was previously unaware of was Raptor Tactical. Make all kinds of stuff, plate carriers, pouches, all these different things to include this really cool med kit. And it's kind of rounded across the front, whole panel opens up, gives you access to everything. And you can actually mount 2 of these. So one here and then flip it over and put one immediately underneath it. And you can access all of it from either side. It's pretty neat. Coolest thing about it though was this panel that you can access through this Velcro, and you fill it with your gloves. So from the top, you just reach in, start pulling your gloves out as you need them. And when you need to refill it, you just shove them back in this little pouch, which I thought overall was pretty cool, pretty innovative. Stopping by the Kinetic development group, I got to see some of their slide lock stuff. Pretty cool, pretty innovative stuff. I really like their rail sections. They basically mount up to any of your M-LOK style rail and they just snap in and that's it. Like they're there, they're secure. And to be able to just throw something on there when you need it, where you need it immediately and take it off, mission dependent, is really cool. In addition to that, I was checking out some of their scope mounts using their slide lock. And I also liked how their one-piece scope mounts actually allowed you to move the rings. Whereas a lot of the one-piece scope mounts, the rings are pretty much where they are, like don't really get to play with that. Whereas theirs, you could actually, like there's a number of sets of holes that were actually tapped, so you can move the front ring back or forward depending on what you needed for that specific scope. Speaking of scope mounts, saw a pretty interesting one from Knight's Armament, made for like your red dots, and it was skeletonized, it was raised up really high to where you could actually use your iron sights through this mount. And then right behind it, there's some rail section should you be using any type of magnifier behind it in conjunction with it. And I think something like that would probably be pretty handy, especially if you're running like mop suit, gas mask, something like that, where you basically can't get a low cheek weld, but I thought it was pretty interesting. As far as optic goes, really want to get my hands on one of the NightForce NX8. Beautiful rifle scope. Compact, lightweight, especially comparatively to like the Vortex Razor HD Gen 2, 1:6, and this one's actually going 1:8. It's like a ½ pound lighter than that too. Smaller overall package, and I really like the reticle. First focal plane, beautiful clean reticle. If you have that thing on 1 power, and when you shift it to 8, still nice and clean, really usable. I think that's going to be a winner. Definitely want to get one, throw it on my rifle, get some rounds with it. The other optic that I thought was really cool is the RMS-C compact. And a lot of people are making these different little red dots for pistols. Like most pistols are kind of moving in that direction, at least creating an option where you can actually have one on there if it doesn't already come from the factory. And the RMS-C, really neat though, because it's compact. It'll actually fit on like a Glock 43 or any of those really small framed pistols. Pretty neat. And in addition to that, with those RMS optics, they're so low, I don't know how they do it, but they're so low that you can actually use the factory sights with pretty much most pistols, which is pretty huge, so you don't have to throw suppressor sights on, which honestly aren't very well supported as far as like a wide variety of different sights for finding something that you actually like and something that works for you. I did see a pretty cool straight up like James Bond super spy pistol by B&T. It's basically a takedown single shot 9mm suppressed pistol. Thing's pretty rad. Mystery Ranch had a kind of a neat offering. Basically this panel that goes over the back of your backpack, And due to its clips, you can pretty much put it on any backpack. Doesn't have to be a Mystery Ranch pack. And it's bright orange. So like super bright orange, which is good if you're out hunting. Some states you have to wear like hunter orange. Probably not a bad thing if you're out there, you don't want to get shot. But if you throw a backpack on, obviously now whatever jacket or vest you're wearing gets covered. So this still makes it visible and you can throw it on any backpack. In addition to that, what's really cool, I thought, is kind of pleats, for lack of a better word. Basically, the way this thing is made, you can pull it and it pops out, creating more space. So if you're hiking along, start getting really hot, you can take your jacket off, shove it back there. It creates this little pouch, kind of put whatever you want back there without having to get into your pack, shove things in your pack, rearrange, any of that stuff like that. So pretty neat little deal from Mystery Ranch. That pretty much wraps up though SHOT Show 2018, and it was a lot of fun. Looking forward to going back to it next year. But as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.